Hey, welcome to another episode of Clear Lake Connections, where we talk to the people behind the businesses of Bay Area Houston, proudly sponsored by UTMB Health. Today's special guest is Brad Bricker, and you are with CMIT Solutions.
Good morning.
Tell us what CMIT Solutions does.
CMIT Solutions is an IT service company targeting small, mid-sized businesses. We're a franchise system, so we're not only locally owned and operated, but we have franchises across the country, so we can reach out to other organizations around the world, around the country, anyway.
So how did you decide to get into, first of all, IT, but then a franchise situation?
IT goes way back to high school when one of my biology teacher let me play with one of the school's computers, and that just put the bug. I like technology, like computers. I got into small business, serving small businesses, kind of doing it as a sideline as I worked for bigger companies. And I really enjoyed working with small businesses because you can work directly with the owners, and it doesn't take years to make a project happen. And you can see the results right away. So it's a lot of fun to get that feedback right away that we did something that made a difference in their business. So I kind of found the franchise to help supply some of the resources that we have, shared resources. So I got a help desk that's 24/7, an operations center, security operations center, and it's not me that gets called at 3:00 in the morning all the time. So I could scale it up to really help more businesses.
So that's the biggest benefit for you in being a franchisee is all that support you get.
Right. And the network of owners is fantastic, the support we get across the system from our owners that help me. If I haven't seen a problem before, some particular application of an industry that I'm not familiar with, there's another owner somewhere that can help support it. Besides the branch office deals of, I don't have that company in my branch, but they've got a branch office in my territory that they need somebody to go hands-on. I can come and take care of those needs.
And so you specialize in small businesses. What are some of the more common needs that you're seeing out there? And
I guess one thing, my background is in networking, and networks are done poorly many times, unsecurely, and just poor configurations. Having worked with large government, a lot of security things built into the way we do things. And I see that a lot of small businesses that they just make things work because they make things work, and you got to do what you got to do to keep your business going. And they don't necessarily look at it from an enterprise management perspective where you can standardize and do things in a secure way to try to limit liability risks of an attack.
I imagine over the last 10 years, that's probably become the biggest issue is
Security. And like cyber insurance now is becoming a thing, and then being in compliance with what your insurance policy requests that you do, because then the insurance is, if you're not doing what you said you do, then the insurance is going to say, "Oh, sorry, we're not covering you." So being able to understand those, even the PCI compliance standards are raising those for your credit card processing, asking more questions about your network and your security and stuff, so you can get a better credit card processing rate, for instance.
So being secure, it's not just the right thing to do; it's also smart business at this point.
Yeah, and for small business, a lot of businesses think, "Oh, I'm too small. I'm not a target." Yeah, you're more of a target because you don't have the big resources of the big enterprises to spend lots of money, have a whole department to do cyber risk analysis, etc.
So a lot of them, they make themselves easy targets.
Yeah.
And anybody
low-hanging
processing
fruit.
credit cards, I mean, that's the kind of information.
Right. The dark web it's organized crime. People don't realize how organized crime, there's research departments, etc., that target. It blows my mind sometimes the stories I hear of how targeted people have done to get there. You can buy ransomware as a service. So you don't have to know it. You can say, I want to target my competitor maybe, and target them for a ransom attack.
So what are some of the things you've seen that stand out, that the low hanging fruit that they probably should address first?
Email security is a big one. That is probably the number one vector for attacking a company. That you get an email, it looks legit, it's not. You click on a link, you've made yourself now infected by something. They've taken over. I've seen a company that did business with, say, the city of Houston, and they got their email compromised, and they sent the city of Houston, hey, send the checks to this address now. The city of Houston has processes in place to validate those kind of requests before they automatically change the destination of the payments. So that's how they caught that they had been compromised, and they backed out of it and got control back. But
Yeah, I think there was an issue down in Galveston County where they didn't have those in place,
Right.
and they did send money.
right, yeah, and it's recently, like the Santa Fe ISD just got ransomed over Easter weekend through an email compromise.
So they're targeting everybody, small
Yeah.
business, any organization that has, I would say, sensitive data.
Right, and it's the data they're after as much as they are the ransom, that they can sell your data on the dark web. If you've got proprietary information, you've got personal identifiable information, social security numbers, credit cards, stuff like that are valuable on the dark web.
Yeah, I know medical offices tend to get hit a lot as well.
And the HIPAA compliance is a more and more serious vector and I hear they're putting some more teeth into the enforcement of the HIPAA compliance things. So medical practices need more diligence in their procedures and processes.
So let's say you've got a client. Once you've got them locked down, squared away on the security side, what are some of the other needs that you're helping them with?
Enhancements of like SharePoint. A lot of small businesses mostly don't have servers anymore. They're using cloud-based processes and servers. Storage. So if you need different levels of secure storage, you've got everything from SharePoint and OneDrive for the Microsoft environment. So we can help manage those environments. We have other vendors that can have more secure than SharePoint if you need data storage that has more higher level compliance. Like if you've got CMMC, for instance, we've got particular storage that's encrypted all the way end to end and at rest, etc.
So, and what are some of your marketing tactics that you use to get the word out there? I know I see you every chamber event, so I know you. That's
mostly the
obviously
chamber is my biggest avenue that I've marketed. And of course, do Facebook and LinkedIn posts, but mainly it's relationships for me. That you put your trust of your business in my hands. I want you to know who I am. That I'm around. I'm not going anywhere. I've been in the area. I graduated from U of H Clear Lake in the 80s, so I'm around.
Yeah, and so I think that's an area where a lot of small businesses don't understand that their business, no matter what it is, it's relationship based.
Right.
And building those relationships is crucial to success.
And that's one of the things I like about what I do with small businesses. I get to see all the little niche businesses that, there's things like, I didn't know that was a thing to have a business doing that. And so it's fun to learn about their business and what they do and how they contribute to the economy in our area.
What are some of the more unique ones?
So there's a company in, I think it's Sugarland, that recalibrates the airline altimeters, the things in the planes to make them safe. Like, okay, didn't know that was a niche business. There's a business in Santa Fe that does gas sensor detections. So they provide sensors to companies all over the world for gas detections of different things and alarm systems and stuff, so they can see any gas leaks of different varieties of leaks.
Yeah, it's almost impossible for a small business these days to not use technology and
right.
I mean, I can't think of very many, if any at all.
The solopreneur plumber probably has a computer to keep his books on, to send his invoices, etc. So I don't know of any business anymore that, maybe lawn mowing business for high school kids, but yeah,
and even they probably get paid electronically. So I mean, there's that.
Yeah, it's a direct deposit, and it's computers and technology are here to stay, and now AI is becoming more of a thing of how to use AI and use
so
it safely.
what is your organization doing to kind of address the AI?
Education to start off with. So one of the big things is, like ChatGPT, everybody's familiar with that, but it's a public platform. So you go put your stuff into ChatGPT, now it learns from you. So if you put your proprietary widget information into ChatGPT because you're asking it to help you solve an issue with it or something, then now it's available to anybody in the world to go query. So you want to be concerned about what you put in there. There are private cloud platforms where you can do that more privately. A lot of tools now are starting to use AI to analyze. I don't use them, but there's a help desk that's AI based. You can call the phone number and an AI will walk you through trying to troubleshoot your problem. And if it can't follow it, if it cannot solve it, then it will create a ticket and a human will address it.
Yeah, AI is interesting, but you have to ask it the right questions.
Right.
And I think that's where I feel comfortable that humans are always going to have a role to play.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the next big thing in IT that, back when I went to school, we learned assembly language and how to write code. Now you don't have to write code. You tell AI to write code, and it's going to be the prompts, creating the prompts to get the results you want.
I think I've heard it called prompt engineering.
Yeah, I think that'll be the next big skill that people are looking for.
So if a young person just coming out of school wants to get into the IT world, what kind of recommendations or advice would you have for them?
AI and security are two big areas that I don't think security is going away. AI is used to do security and prevent security, so it's fighting both directions of that, and then just the advantages you can get with AI in general of advancing your business, advancing what you're doing, how to create new things and do it quickly and efficiently.
And you've been in IT for a long time, it looks like there's multiple career paths you can take with this.
Yeah, it's much broader than when I went to school. You were pretty much a programmer and you could do some other things, but now it's branched out so wide with the technology of communications, voice over IP, application development, the security side, the AI side. There's no more jack of all trades. You might be familiar with some of it, but yeah, you need partners to offload some of the stuff.
And you'd be an ideal partner. How can people get a hold of you?
It can go to my website, cmitsolutions.com. And of course, my number is 832-932-0036. And of course, I'm on the chamber listings in the membership directory.
And you'll find them at every chamber event. So
chamber events,
if
almost
you
every lunch.
Over
yeah, please check me out. I'd love to have a conversation.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.